Hey, hey, hey. Hope everybody's doing good. Carl Bryan coming at you here with Kenya Bell, Kenya Pat, Kenya Bell, the Kenya Bell family, the head of it, Kenya Pat. What's happening, buddy? What's going on, man?
Let me tell you something, Carl. And when we
Okay.
got first got when I first got married, we agreed that I would in our family I'd make all the big decisions. Holly would
Yep.
make all the little decisions.
I love
And it's actually a little bit strange that in 30 years there haven't been any big decisions yet.
it. Little, we don't have that same arrangement, but ironically enough, in my house, it's a little similar. So there you go.
Holly's
Well done,
protesting
shoots.
in the background.
Is she? Is that her? There we
Yeah.
go.
Anyway,
All right, we all love Holly. By the way, guys, if you haven't done a role play with Holly, you guys are crazy. Get yourselves booked in straight away. But anyway, so look, let's get to the call. Hey, Q and A call, folks. You guys do the Q, we do the A. Again, normally what happens is we get this call going, and then we get a few questions a little bit into it, and then it snowballs. So rather than wait, throw your question in straight away. But in the meantime, and before we get some action, we're going to open up a couple lines.
oh,
Actually,
there's
hang on. There we go. Lori's got a question. Lori, we're coming straight for you, but people are coming in here, so it's bouncing. There we go. Lori, you are live. How goes it?
Good day, everyone. I just have a question about not the jump start. We got the jump start 12. We got deep dive 40. If you're going to do a deep dive 40, because I'm new, fairly new here, but I'm looking at doing some of these. Like, how much time would it take to actually do a deep dive 40?
Yep.
It's going to take an entire. Actually, you know what, Pat? You go first, bud. You go first.
Yeah, I've done a lot of them. It depends if you're a high D personality or a high I, which means if you're a real driver and you like to get things done and you don't go down rabbit trails and you're not there just to shoot the breeze, I'm saying I would think 5 hours. And that's after you know the software and you know get your way around. um, Otherwise, plan a full day, 8 hours. Like it's 8 to 5 experience with an hour for lunch, and
So,
that would be your best.
so sitting with a business owner for basically, at the very least, a half a day, at the very most, a full day.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be some businesses going in right away, like maybe they don't have a sales team, they don't need a sales team, you don't have to touch that. You might have some ideas right up front. Like I actually used I'll just open this up. Like the Breakthrough 40, it scripts it so many different ways. Like if you say yes, it goes one direction. If it says no, you go a different direction. And one area might take you, 10, 15 minutes maybe. But if you use the Jumpstart 40 as your deep dive, you're excluding really a sales team, though you have a brief section about it. You've still got really 27 areas. And the way I did it with a friend of mine here where I'm in Kenya, I was traveling in the car with them and I just opened up my laptop and tethered it to my phone and just started asking them questions because we were stuck in traffic. And as I scrolled down through these, I thought, there's some things that just don't apply to him. Like for him, he's not going to do direct mail in his business, but he might do advertising. So you could just skip some of these. And we got through this isn't obviously his, but we got through his in probably about 2 hours of total time. And we finished off. We came back to the house and we finished it off there. It was about 2 hours of total time. But that's because I know this so well. I know what the questions are behind it. I know where I want to go, explore a few areas. And we just found about 8 or 10 different areas of impact that he can get started with in his business. So yeah, you can shortcut the deep dive. Now, I would there's two ways to do this. One is that after you've done a 45-minute profit jumpstart, you might sell a deep dive session, like a full day in the trenches session. You might sell it for a couple grand or whatever you're going to do, two, three, 4, 5 grand. And either way, you can deliver a report with it. Or you might sign them up for your services, and do this profit jumpstart or a deep dive in the first week or two of coaching them. So you have different options how you best want to use it. It might work different with different prospects, how open they are to committing for a year or whatever. So, but it's like a tool at your disposal. You can go either direction with it.
Okay, thanks.
There you go. Lori, that help, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lori, if I could just, perfect answer, by the way. And the only other thing, Lori, I would encourage you to do is, I like to work to my strengths, right? And again, there's certain clients who be perfect for me, and somebody that's more kind of HR and that kind of thing, that's not really going to be an exciting client for me. So in a perfect world, what I'd be doing is I'd be leaning this, certainly the deep dive, but also the Jumpstart 40 where Pat is, kind of be leaning it towards my strengths so that I know when the guy says yes and he starts paying me, I'm going to be, comfortable that I'm working in areas where I'm comfortable, if that makes sense. And the only way you're going to do that, Lori, is to go through it yourself. And Pat says this pretty much every single call that we do, but you got to get in there and you got to practice. The same Pat just said a minute ago, he knows the questions and he knows kind of, where to go and the potholes to avoid. We can't inject you with that one. It's just practice, man, practice. So there you go.
Thanks.
That help?
Yeah, you bet.
Awesome. Okay, Lori, thanks, bud. Appreciate the question. Okay, so
Carl,
I'll tell you what.
Carl,
Yeah, buddy.
we're gonna get me and Lori and my friend Stacy and Chris and Adrian together. We're not gonna know if it's a man's party or a woman's party.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Let's get everybody. Let's get Kelly. There's going to be a Kelly in here somewhere. There we go. All right, let's go. Amanda Bedell. Amanda Bedell. We want to say hello. Peers, and you can't be shy, Amanda. There's very few rules around here that Pat creates for us, but one is that you can't be shy. There we go. Amanda, you're live. What's happening?
I am. Not much. I don't really know what to expect about all this. I just signed on a couple days ago and was off yesterday. So.
Boom. I thought that looked like a new name. There we go. So how's it going so far? Drinking from a fire hose, I bet?
Yeah, I just submitted what I wanted to build out the different websites, the 2 websites. I did that this morning.
Cool, bananas. Have you had a chance to log into the software and check it out?
Yes. That was kind of my orientation with my coach, but not my own yet, of course.
Yep. Cool, bananas. Okay. Well, high five. So any questions for us? You got us here. You can ask us anything. Got a question?
Will do.
Or are you going to slide into the background? Okay, no problem. It's an honor to have you here, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. All right, who are we going to go to? Jeff Pugel. Jeff and I had a bit of an email combo. Jeff Pugel, you are self-muted, my friend. We're coming for you. Jeff, you're live.
I'm live. How you doing?
Hey, fabulous. What's going on?
No questions. Just listening in today, being a fly on the wall.
Cool bananas. Have you been using the software a fair bit?
Yeah, I'm actually prepping. I've got 2 completed Jumpstart 40s. I'm typing up the reports on and presenting both of them tomorrow to the clients.
Sure.
So, yeah,
well done. Good. Hey, did you get a chance to read my reply? That might not be a bad conversation for everybody to listen to here. Did you get my reply to get a chance to read that over?
Ever so brief. I've been running around crazy today.
Have you? Okay, that's cool. We could do that. We don't have any. Hang on here. So what's the so do you mind? Do you want to have a quick little combo about that? What was your challenge there with the video?
Yeah, so the challenge with the video, this was specifically, like I said in the email, Carl, was everything was wrong video. It's getting some pushback from some prospectors saying, whoa, man, it's not exactly a short video out there. Dealing with, the ADD crowd.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, so they're looking like for the TikTok variety.
Yeah.
And, being a marketer myself, I'm sensitive to these type of things as well. Yeah. So the question was, hey, is there like a Cliff Notes version of it to send to those ADD style prospects that can't commit to long form content?
Yep. Okay. So 2 answers to that. One of you read through the emails, you're going to see all this, but one there is, so it's the, you go to your e-learning system, your membership site, go /prep and /promo. There's 2 videos there, significantly shorter. I can't remember. Pat, do you remember how long they are? What are they? 20 minutes, something like that?
12. I think 12 maybe.
12.
Let's just have a
Yeah, I think 12 and 20 possibly.
Yeah, I think 10. I looked at those last night, 9 and 10 or something like that.
Yeah. There we go.
That's a load. Yeah. Let's see here. Once it
So what
loads,
are we
there
at?
we go.
I want to provide you with a brief overview.
12 and a half.
So 12 minutes. So there you go. But I do want to, like, okay, so we have a, if you go to marketingplan.com, you're going to see a long form video of ours that I got to tell you, again, it's closed over 500. This video is closed over 500 people. It used to be an hour and a half long. I think we broke it down. It's a little bit over an hour now. And the way you got to do it though, if you want somebody to watch a video, what you've got to do is you got to accept the fact that like you're in sales mode, right? Like you're literally, you have to sell them on the value of the video. And effectively, like with the Everything is Wrong video, what I'd be saying, is something to the effect of, look, let's get together on Friday, willing to do that, but here's what I got to do. I'm going to send you to my video. It's about an hour long. Oh, it's still there. It is. It's an hour and a half long. The video that on Pat's screen. So, and folks, they don't watch that once, Jeff. They watch it 2 or 3 times. And I don't want to say that's consistent because it's not, but they absolutely watch it. And it's not uncommon for somebody to say they watch it 2 or 3 times. Back to what you got to do. You really need to sell the video. So the way that I'd be doing it is, look, let's get together on Friday. I need you to watch this video. Here's the good news for you. After you watch that video, we are going to fast forward your understanding of marketing to the level of what I'm going to assume is about a 3-year marketing degree that you get in a business at at Yale, Stanford, et cetera, right? Ivy League school. And the good news is we've broken it down, and I've literally been able to take that and break it into a 1-hour video. And then the double good news is that when we get together on Friday, because you watch that video, by the time I walk out of your office on Friday or we hang up the phone, you are going to be able to make money. You're going to be able to be significantly more profitable literally that afternoon after I walk out, or after we hang up the phone, for the simple reason that I'm not going to need to be there educating you. We're going to be able to, we're going to be there basically crossing T's, dotting I's, etc. Yeah, I could waffle on even more, but you get the idea. You really need to sell them on the fact that the benefit of them watching the video is going to be unreal. And another thing, a line that I would throw in there, and we use all the time on the video that's up on Pat's screen, is that after you watch that video, if you never speak to me again, your understanding of business and marketing is never going to be the same. And the way that you operate your business won't be the same again either.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then, and actually I'd preface, in fact, I'd probably begin with 90% of businesses fail, and it's not by accident. Okay. Watch the video. I'm going to explain why. But then the really good news is that 10% succeed. And then quite frankly, 10% crush it. Well, after watching that video, you're going to understand what the difference between the 9 is and the 1. So I'll send you a link to the video. Again, this is what I'm doing. And I'm watching their body language. I'm listening to not only what they say to me, but the tonality, if they're on the phone, and the speed. And I'm really weighing up, is this guy buying into watching that video? But I tell them, man, if you didn't watch the video, I'm not coming on Friday. So let me know. If we get together on Friday and you haven't watched the video, I'm leaving. Because I'm not going to sit there and educate you. That's not my job on Friday. Our job on Friday is to make you more profitable. So and I know we've all heard this stuff, but it's benefit for the guy that's going to watch the video. Does that make sense? Does that help in any way?
No, 100%. I think it's like, it's framing it up much more than it was. I think
It's-
now we talk about that's
yeah.
probably the biggest issue. It was just not framed up
Yeah.
with enough value to really get it going.
Yeah.
So they took it, so they took it away. It's almost like a throw away comment versus, okay, I got to schedule an hour here to sit down and watch
Yeah,
this.
exactly. So then, and another thing that maybe, okay, well, yeah, but Carl, I'm at a networking group, or I only have a limited time with this individual. Again, where would you go if you only had 90 seconds and you wanted the guy to watch the video? Go to I've always say, you got to have your canned stories. You got to have your canned examples. So what you want to be doing is you want to be standing against, like emphasizing that 90% of businesses fail for a reason. And it's not by accident. When you watch the video, we're going to show you, right? So again, this isn't going to be about the secret and positive thinking and everybody jumping up and down and clapping hands. The mistake businesses make is they all want to hit $1 million. And the problem is that they hit $1 million and then find out that they lost 80. They make $1 million and find out that they made 40 with razor thin margins with no margin for error to move forward with. And they're like, wow, like, do you want to get big or do you want to get rich? Let's make sure that we get rich with your business. Let's not get big. Success is no, growth is yes. Do you want to have a big company or do you want to have a successful company? Okay, well, let's start. So what are we going to say no to moving forward? Anyways, I'm standing against. I'm going to not so much the negative, but yeah, just the standing against versus standing for. What do most coaches say? Oh, when we get together, it's going to be amazing. Oh my gosh, the clouds are going to be so fluffy. The sky is going to be so blue. The money that you're going to make, the motivation of your staff, everything is going to be amazing as a result of me showing up and us getting together and me coaching you, right? I did the exact opposite of that. I'm standing against, and I'll get way more attention, way more. So I hope that helps, but that's going to help you get folks. And of course, Jeff, this isn't just for you. This is for everybody listening. This is going to help you get a lot more people to your meetings, and it's going to definitely help you get a lot more people that will sit back, grab a coffee, grab a beer, grab a glass of water, and they'll sit back and actually, schedule the time to watch the video. So there you go, bud.
Thank you
What do you
much,
think?
sir. Good stuff.
You bet. No problems, Jeff. Appreciate you. But any other question on the software? You all good?
Yeah, all I can say, I'll just put this out there, and I know I've chatted in the group about this, is everybody should be charging for these. I've had 2 clients here pay me $3,500 easily for these.
Yeah, okay. I love it. Everybody listen to that. There we go. Jeff, rant. I love it. And you see everybody giving it away, right? And you're shaking your head. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, the way it looks makes sense. It's like, you spend 4 or 5 hours going through it, plus the write-up. That's 5-6 hours of your time. So you need to be compensated for that. And like I said, if you position it right, saying, hey, it's going to give you a roadmap and give a little bit of the crystal ball, clients are liking it. And the feedback I've gotten from my clients or prospects is they love it because they've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
So
and they haven't, by the way.
No. And I've done the reverse, the reverse, the risk reversals of saying, hey, 90 minutes, if you don't like it, let me know, we'll stop. And have not had one person tell me to stop yet.
Yeah. And you'd be amazed if that happens. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff, Jeff. High five, man. All right. We're going to put Jeff back on mute. And Jeremy wants, go, buddy.
Carl. I just wanted to ask Jeff, is he charging for the Jumpstart 12 or the Jumpstart 40 or the deep dive or all 3?
Jeff?
I'm just doing the Jumpstart 40.
Okay.
And you're charging $3,500, you said?
$3,500.
Okay, hang on. So walk me here. I want to hear, how did you meet him? What's that conversation look like?
Yeah.
And then what's walk us through the 1 to 3, 1 to 5 dynamics of that relationship.
Yeah. So one prospect was someone I've known for quite some time, but have been a very loose relationship. Right, the right opportunity kind of finally presented itself for me to kind of, raise my hand, and they did. And he was telling me something he was having running his company and everything. He's like, hey, I've got this great, piece of software here that may be able to help you with some of the problems you're having. Yep. And he's like, well, tell me more. And I sent him over the promo video link. Said, hey, check this out. Let me know what you think.
Okay, hang on. Which video? The promo, as in the one that Pat just pulled up, or the everything is wrong? Which video?
The promo one.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
Had a look at that, connected with him the next day. It says, yeah, let's get it scheduled.
So how long did you book with him? How long did you book this appointment for?
What I've been doing has been breaking them up into 2-hour chunks.
Yep. Okay. So when did you charge? So you spoke to him, and now on that 2-hour chunk, you charge him the $3,500 for that, or you got together, ran through some stuff, and then sold the software on that longer call?
No, I sold it before the call. So it's like, hey, we can do this, to go through this assessment. It's $3,500.
Yep.
You want to do it? He's like, with the risk saying, hey, if 90 minutes you don't like it, let me know. Wrap it up. Shake hands, part as friends. He's like,
awesome.
Done, deal. So yeah, but I've been doing it in 2-hour chunks only because looking for company owners. It is actually, I've had a couple of good offline conversations with Jason Economides about this, and that started to find out was like, okay, these are not quickies. So to respect the business owner's time, break them into 2-hour chunks because they have to get the rest of their day going. So I usually schedule both chunks, maybe back-to-back days, or at least maybe in the same week, and break them into 2-hour chunks, which is also easier to schedule versus asking for like a whole half day, which I've discovered it's very mentally taxing.
Yep. No. Once you get over 2 hours, you'll find that they'll just their brain goes to mush. So
yeah. So that's
you gotta keep the level, and that's where again you'll get better at it. But you got a 4-hour meeting, right? You know, if you do a Tony Robbins, everybody's standing up and massaging one another, and rock music coming. Like, when you're with your client and you're going to extend this thing out over 2 hours, you've got to understand that you got to manage not just your state, but the client state to make it exciting, make it funny. You know what I mean? You got to keep them engaged. That needs to be part of part of the process, most definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. And now, Jeff, last question for you is: you charged them $3,500. You got to the end of the consultation. Then what? Did you close them on a relationship? Did you? What did that look? What did the end? How did it end?
It's two different stories. For one of them, it closed. I have a handshake deal on an ongoing coaching relationship. So this is really, I'm kind of setting in the first case, setting this up as almost the onboarding roadmap, the setup fee for him. And for the other one, it came in through a referral. Had to kind of flip it around because this particular person came in with a very different issue where I knew if I presented coaching, it would not make much sense out of context for her. But in initial conversation, I alluded to ongoing coaching to help her through her situation. So she knows in the back of her head, there's the coaching, but it's like, well, let's put the cart before the horse right now. Let's get through this roadmap, get everything all sorted out, because I can tell from you got a lot of things on the table all over the place. Let's get this piece of the puzzle first, and then we'll cross that bridge. And in her mind, that worked for her.
Yep. Cool. And I'm sorry if I missed it, but at the end of it, so you just went through the process. She paid you the $3,500. She was happy. You were happy, and you guys are going to revisit a coaching relationship. Is that right?
Actually, that one I'm actually still in process on right now. Yep.
In process of earning the $3,500 through the consultation?
No, the $3,500 has been paid. We still have about another hour to wrap up the last couple sections.
To finish it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So Jeff, and for your benefit, but definitely everybody listening, I just want something that I'm ridiculously passionate about, which in some cases, that's why I wanted to work through that, Jeff. But okay, here it is. Like, everybody wants to talk about high ticket sales, right? Like, if you go to my personal Facebook page, I wrote a post about this in the last couple of days, and I kind of, I went high ticket sales. Yeah, it's cute, but here's what you really need to understand and know. So there's everybody listening. If you're able to write these 3 words down, I want you to do that: recurring revenue bundle. Okay. Recurring revenue bundle. Basically, when Amazon introduced Prime, it changed the complexion of their business. But more to the point, speaking about coaching, so you've got a $3,500 one-time unit of sale, which is good. And it's $3,500. You're getting paid for your time. You're getting paid for the deliverable of the software. And I'm totally okay with that, and high five. But the real magic, $3,500. But when you charge $1,000 a month as a coach, what's that number? 12 grand for 12 months. When you charge $2,000 a month, what's that? That's $24,000 for 12 months. You don't want to get 3,500 at the expense of 24,000 is the message that I'm trying to bring across here, right? So if I were Jeff in that scenario, and every situation is unique, and Jeff's a very experienced guy, so he's playing with it and working it out where he knows the dynamic of that situation, right? But generally speaking, if you were to ask me, give me a framework with 1,000,000% certainty, I can charge like if I was sitting with this gal as an example, I'd be willing to say, look, this is 3,500, high five. What I want to do is, look, you need me and you need me bad. And the opportunities here are obviously incredible. We just found you 200 grand. We've been at this for a few hours. Let's go. What I want to do is the 3,500 in the bank. Thank you. What I'd like to do is I'd like to credit that towards the first few months of coaching. So what I really do as a business is I charge $19.90, whatever number, $19.97 a month, right? $2 grand a month ongoing. You've paid 3,500. So that's going to get you X, a month and a half, which I'm going to carry that over to 2 months. So you'll start paying in the third month. So no doubt you guys are getting the idea, but the recurring revenue bundle is your coaching, right? So, and it's recurring. And so my job is just to get you to take the next call and the next call and the next call. And you just keep hitting their credit card. So Jeff, in a nutshell, in fact, I'd like to hear your opinion on that, but you hear what I'm saying. I wouldn't want you to charge 3,500 at the expense of 24 grand or whatever the number is for your monthly fee. Do you get that, or how would you answer back to what I just said? Curious.
If I was the prospect, I would probably make the deal done right there.
Yep.
I think, in this case, it's live and learn. This whole process has been.
Yep. That's cool.
I look at it. I look at it this way. It's like I've walked across fire. I've managed this. I'm living in things. But I think that's a great tip of given circumstance, throw it out there, but then throw it in as the freebie, if you will, as credited towards the billing. Therefore they feel they get some value. Plus, given the way the roadmap comes out, it's a win-win all around.
Yeah, 100%. But the bottom line and the message that I want everyone to hear, 3 words: recurring revenue bundle. And if you're going, well, what do I mean? What is that? That's your coaching. When you coach me, we get a weekly call. You get access to the e-learning system. You get access to your XYZ. What is your recurring revenue bundle? If you're wondering, just look at the closing form. If you want to see what my recurring revenue bundle was when I was a business coach, if you just what do we call it? When you guys go into your assets, like, the marketing assets that we build for you guys, there's a closing flyer. Just ask Chris, Craig, Alan, Walt, any of the guys, they'll be able to point it to you. But basically, that's my recurring revenue bundle. So I went to close you. Basically, that was it. In fact, Pat, could you go to, would you know how to get into this? Oh, actually, you could just do it from the back of the software, right? Could you actually go there? I show everybody. Would you mind?
Coach Marketing Center, or you want it in?
Actually, no, resources right here. Just, where, that flyer, you and I were looking at it the other day.
I don't know if it's in here. I really couldn't find it.
Okay, that's okay. You know what? Let's not. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do it next Tuesday. We'll show everybody, because I don't want to keep going on this one. But recurring revenue bundle, guys. I don't want you to charge 3,500 at the expense of 24 grand. Is it in a nutshell? So if you're wondering why we say, okay, we'll show up to do the Profit Acceleration software, charge them, don't charge them, completely irrelevant, because at the end of that meeting, you've got the energy. They're sitting there looking at all these big numbers going, holy smokes, you're never going to get a better time for them to say yes to get your guidance and direction for 1997 than right in that moment, right there, boom. So Jeff, when you talk to your gal and you close up this coaching relationship, close the loop on your 3,500, as soon as you're done, you should be closing her on coaching. And I just told you how I'd do it. I'd credit her 3,500 towards coaching. And I would start hitting her credit card in month 3 for whatever the number is, but 1997, et cetera.
Cool.
Okay.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Okay, bud. Appreciate it, Jeff. That was excellent. And kick some butt, bud. Good to hear you're crushing it, and keep going.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, cool. Hang on a sec. Now let's go to Jeremy wanted to say something. Jeremy is self-muted. Jeremy, if you want to say hello, buddy, you got to unmute yourself. There he is.
No, this is really, this has got me thinking I probably would have left 24 grand on the table because I would have closed them at 3,500. Eventually,
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, no, this is just a breath of fresh air. I would have left 24 grand on the table probably. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Jeremy, and if you want me to help you with, okay, now I want you to do the same thing for your clients. Okay, how do you do that? 3 words: recurring revenue bundle. What does their recurring revenue bundle look like? I don't need to meet your client to know that they probably don't have it. In some cases, they can't. Maybe I'll give everybody a 101 example. Like, in fact, I had this conversation with a buddy the other day. Like, everybody wants to become a realtor, right? If you're listening to this call, I bet I say grab a pen and a piece of paper and write down all the guys and gals you know that are either become realtors or talk about becoming a realtor or recently became a realtor, right? The list would be a long and distinguished one. We all know that. I'm like, okay, so I would never become a realtor in a million years. Why? Because there's no recurring revenue. Why? Because Pat's going to be my client. He's going to buy a house. He's not buying another one for 5 years. The end. And by the way, here's the kicker. When you interview Pat, if we're not buddies and we don't know each other from a long time ago, like he's just my realtor because he put a mailer in the, knocked on the door or whatever it was. What is it? Okay, I think it's 18 months, but I'm going to say 2 years after I bought the house. Okay, let's assume it's it's 500, it's $1 million. I mean, this is a real house, a real purchase, a huge, for the dynamics of my family, the largest purchase we've ever made. Interview me in 2 years, and guess what? I can't remember Pat's name. True story. Look it up, by the way. Right? It's not my study. This is out there. So with that being said, no recurring revenue. I wouldn't do it in a million years. But you asked me, okay, you stick a gun in my mouth, and I got to become a realtor. I could be very unhappy, mostly about the gun. But anyway, so you put a gun in my mouth. I got to become a realtor. What would I do? I would build a membership site that would be something to the effect of. I live in a city called Kelowna. It would be how to make $1 million a year investing in real estate in Kelowna, right? Because I know that when somebody spends $1 million on their house, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, geez, I wonder if we could buy another one of these and rent it out, Airbnb it, whatever that might be. So I would build a membership site. You would be my client. I've got a captive audience. We're driving around looking at houses. I got you for an hour and a half to 2 hours, right? Because we're driving. We got to fill the time. Well, I'd be telling you about and I'd write a book for sure. It would be similar title, How to Make $1 Million in 12 Months, Investing in Real Estate in Kelowna. I'd give you my book for free. I wouldn't let you buy my book. Why? The same reason I said earlier. You buy me for $29.95, then you won't buy me for $2,400 a month on my membership site, or $2,400 a year. Sorry, $200 a month, or $200 a month, $2,400 a year. That would be my membership site, and I would guide you on different ways. Things like curb appeal. That would be one of the lessons, right? Things like if you understand lights, if you have like fluorescent lights, the room looks completely different. The use of mirrors. This is the kind of thing that I'd be teaching. I have a 24-month or a 12-month membership site. And I'd be selling you into that. What do I call it? 3 words: recurring revenue bundle. Would I make $1 million off my membership site? No, but it would make me feel a little bit better knowing that after 3 years of being a realtor that I've got 5, 6, 7 grand of recurring revenue happening without me having to sell you another house. And by the way, what a wicked way of getting you to remember my name, because now you're getting my emails on a weekly basis, right? You like that, Pat? You add anything to this, or what do you think?
No, sign me up. Sign me up. Let's go.
Yeah. There we go. Look at this. I already got a client. I got to go build that website. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, but I'm still pissed. The guy put a gun in my mouth and made me become a realtor. It was very disappointing, very traumatic, but I lived. Anyway, so there you go, folks. I got on a rant there, but really important recurring revenue bundle, guys. I'd be helping your clients do that as well. My boy Tony Plies. Speaking of incredibly handsome men, Tony Plies, open yourself up, shoots. Longtime client here. Tony.
Hey,
There
Carl.
he is. Tony, you're live. How you doing?
All right.
Fabulous.
All right, man.
You had
Just-
some magic. What was it? I can
I'm
no time to
sorry?
read.
Oh,
You
I was
had
just
some
putting
magic
down
in the
that-
chat box. What is it?
Yeah, that $3,500. You know, I
Yeah.
agree with you absolutely, but I would also, if you've already got them on the hook for $3,500 and you close them on that deal, I would use the $3,500 as a credit to get them over the hump to an annual deal, annual agreement.
Yeah, that's why. Verse. What did I just want to understand what you
No,
heard
you
me say?
you did say that, but that was kind of up front. You give them that credit, and that's fine. I mean, people can work with that as well. But if I've got a
Yep.
client I think I can close for the 3,500 plus another 2,000 a month for the next year, then I'm going to do that. But if they're hesitant about the coaching thing, then I would use
Yep.
that $3,500 as a credit to close them.
Got it. See, the difference is you're just saying that the way Jeff did it, you'd be charging 3,500, and if I'm not willing to commit to 3,500, you'd be like, you know what, is this really going to be a good client? But once I got there and we went through it, you then use it as a credit, correct?
If they wouldn't close right away for the 2,000 a month, I would use that as saying, hey, look, it's 2,000 a month, blah, blah, blah. You go through your whole pitch and they're kind of going, well, I don't know. I say, look, okay, we've shown you the 200,000 we're going to get for you. And how about if I credit you back to 3,500 against, my annual agreement? So you've already got that first month and a half paid for.
Yep.
It's basically the same thing you said, only I'm not giving them the credit until they hesitate.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. And if they don't, you just sign them up straight at 1997 because again, it was
Exactly.
worth every bit of the 3,500. Yeah, that's a very important piece actually. If you don't feel like you need it, you don't need to. It's not like you didn't earn it. That's for darn
Right.
sure, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I like that. Yeah, good point. Cool, bananas. Anything else? Any other magic out of Tony's mouth to our ears?
Carl, I could never give more magic than you do, so I just shut up and listen.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but how long you been with us, Tony? You've been with us a long time, man. How long?
I don't know, 6 or 7 years, I think.
There we go. We love it. We appreciate you, bud. Actually,
Absolutely.
Tony, so you guys may have heard this story, but we'll rehash it because it's a good one. So Tony, I don't know, I think you listened to a podcast or whatever it was, right? But I said, what would I do if I needed a client in 48 hours or whatever it is? Here's what I would do. I get the local newspaper. I drive by local billboards. I drive by local signs, whatever. And I'd call them and say, hey, there's a mistake on your marketing. It's Tony, Miss Tony Plies, call me. They'd call me back and say, no, it's not the phone number that's wrong. It's that thing's never going to work. I don't need to ask you if it's working because I know it's not, and I could help you fix that. But I just thought I'd give you a buzz because I know those billboards chart. They're $1,500 a month. You're kind of lighting $1,500 a month on fire. If you got kids, they probably like to go to Disneyland. Why don't you cancel that? Take your kids to Disneyland and be done with it. And something like that, correct? You did it, and you closed the $2,000 a month coaching client on the side of the highway. Is that correct?
Yeah,
something like that.
It was an attorney, in fact, and when I called him up and I said I didn't say there was a mistake, but I said there was an issue with his advertising, and I got caught off guard because he called me back in 7 minutes. I mean, I had to leave a message, and so I'm still driving down the road, and 7 minutes later, the phone call comes in, and he was. And what really worked out really well is he caught me so off guard, and you know how I told you I wasn't afraid of a client telling me no. I was afraid of them telling me yes because I didn't know what to do. So I'm trying. This guy wants to set an appointment, and I'm trying to get out of it. And he thinks I'm playing with him, so he says, "Hey, look, you can't call me up and tell me there's an issue with my advertising, and then refuse to meet with me." And so I'm trying to think of an answer for that. He goes, I got 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow open. Can you make that happen? And I'm like, look, I'll pencil it in. And he goes, you call me back at the end of the day, and here's my assistant's mobile number. You call her or you call me and you confirm this 2 o'clock tomorrow. And then he said, later, and he hung up.
Well, there you go. Pat, that's a good problem to have, correct? So everybody listening, that's how Tony cut his teeth. You guys could do the same. You just call, just again, I always say it, but just make your roadmap to help 3 business owners every single day. Because the guy's ad sucked, right? Like that's the reason you were calling him, correct? You're like, I can help this guy.
I mean, it was, as you always say, it was a blown up business card. And actually, when I went in to see him, I was just kind of going blank in my mind. What am I going to tell this guy? And when we sat down in his office, he just looked across his desk to me. He said, you know what? He goes, I've never had anybody call me up and tell me that my advertising sucks. Now, I didn't say that, but that's what he phrased it.
Yeah.
And, so I said, you did the creative on this? And he goes, yep. He goes, but, and then I didn't quite know where I was going to go with that, but it was okay because he continued talking. He said, you know what? We obviously need some help. And if you can help us, I'd appreciate that. He goes, but I'm sure you already know that.
I love it. Everybody listening, please take that to heart. It's that, again, is it that easy? Look, is everybody going to call you back in 7 minutes? Absolutely not, right? If you make 10 of those phone calls every single day, what did you say? There's an issue with your ad, okay? There you go. Guys, steal it, use it. Open up the local newspaper, open up the local coupon book, go to your direct mail. You're like a business coach. I've seen this, a business coach. I'll go to your post box and it says no junk mail, right? Okay, mine, I would wait for the postman to show up and I'd say, hey, can I have 2 of everything, please? Okay, awesome, thanks. And make sure to drop 2 of everything in the future. You see the difference? Like, no, you know what I mean? Like the last thing, you want to be looking at all of this marketing material, right? Again, you call those guys and you say, look, there's an issue. There's something wrong. Boom, you'll get calls back. And now again, here's super good news. So now some of you are newer with us and you're thinking, well, what the heck am I going to say? Like Tony, again, this was a long time ago, but he was caught a little bit off guard. You know that video that everything is wrong? If they have bad marketing, you say, look, I created an hour-long video that will basically show you exactly what I'm talking about. Watch that video. Let's chat again on Friday. Bingo, bango, bongo. You'll get clients, 100% certainty.
One thing I would add to that too, when I was talking with this attorney, when I called him up and I said there's an issue with your advertising, he called me back and he wanted to know, of course, on the phone what that issue was. And I told him, so I didn't have to go down the line of a mistake in your ad or anything like that. I said that the advice you're getting is elementary at best.
So
if you're happy with the way it's working, I don't think you would be upset if it worked better.
Yeah.
And he said, absolutely not. You know, so I mean, he wouldn't be upset. So that's how we kind of went down that road, and I wanted people to know that, so they're not getting caught with, well, what's wrong with my ad? And there's really no error in it, because we're not talking about errors, we're talking about an issue. And that issue is the advice you're getting is very basic, and we can make it work better.
At best. There we go. And I would just say, look, it's a blown up business card, which means it got your name at the top. It says service, quality, dependability in the middle. It's got your phone number and your email address on the bottom. If that looks like your magazine, if that looks like your ad, if that looks like your business card, if I go to your website and that's what the homepage looks like, we got a problem. And they're like, well, that's me. So you, boom, you action it. I love it, Tony. I love it, buddy. Appreciate it. Awesome. Anything else for our fine folks here, Tony?
That's all I got. I'm just going to soak up some of your wisdom now.
Oh, man. Too kind. Too kind. All right, Tony, we appreciate you, buddy. Okay, Diana. Pat, if you need me to go to anybody specific, you just let me know, bud. But I'm going to rip to Diana.
Hi.
Diana, what is happening? Our hypnotist. I need to stop smoking.
You are feeling
I'm
very
a fat
relaxed right now.
Diana, I'm a fat smoker. Do you know anybody who can help?
Let me give you my blown up business card and a video.
For everybody listening, if you think I've lost the plot, that's Diana's superpower as a hypnotist in the past, because that's what she does. So there you go. What's happening, Diana?
And it's in the present as well. That's why I'm having trouble moving ahead with this. Just when I decided to sign up, suddenly I started getting more appointments for hypnosis, which is fine. I'll get there when I
Yeah.
get there.
Oh,
And I
boy.
did take a call at the beginning of this call, so I missed the URL for the video that you said not to send them the one about everything is wrong, but to send them to another one. So what's the URL for that, or how do we
the
get to it?
promo. It was promo. It's the end of your
Yeah.
website URL with, oh, I got to show it. I'm sorry, I paused my screen. The end of your website, and then at the end it says promo.
Yep. And
Oh,
prep.
it's the
There's a,
end of-
if you go,
okay.
will you go prep, please, Pat? Prep, and then there's one prep as well. There you go. Boom.
Wait, can you put that back on?
Yeah, prep. Look, it's prep and promo. Prep.
But
PREP.
I don't have a website yet, though. I haven't.
Okay, well then you don't. You got to get that up. So get that bad boy up, and it'll be waiting.
I can't send them the video without the website.
Yeah, get the website up for sure. Because you don't want to send them. If you send them this one, they're going to be looking at. They're going to go, "Who's this Adrian guy?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I better.
Yeah, you got to. Get on that ASAP
Better
for
get
sure,
on
and
it.
it'll be waiting for you.
All
Cool
right.
beans.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, beautiful. All right, Diana, we appreciate your participation. We're going to put you back on mute here. All right, I think Jeremy's got some more magic for us. Where's Jeremy? Jeremy, you're self-muted, buddy. Where is he? There he is. Jeremy, hey, you're live.
Hey, so the question is my sites aren't up yet, but I'm already dropped. Like last night, I did my first video, the promo video, and this business owner checked it out, watched it, and she's like, and I basically copy pasted, sent the script via Facebook because I've done business with her in the past. So I didn't really want to be salesy, so I just copied and pasted her, and of course at the bottom, would you like me to basically help you with this, implement this? And she's like, yes, I would. And of course, we're going to go from there. And this is the chiropractor that is planning on selling her practice in the next 12 months. So,
boom.
Yeah.
Boom. So sorry, Jeremy. And the question is like, what's the next step, or what's the question?
Yeah, what's the best step to make this happen when some of your tools that I don't have ready for my tool belt, but obviously they're willing to work with me because they worked with me in the past. What's the best step?
Oh, gotcha. The best step is to just tell them basically this, which is all in your scripting that you got access to, but you're going to be able to find her $100,000 in 45 minutes without her spending an extra dollar of marketing or advertising. Remember, she's already told you how to sell her, though. She wants to sell her company. Say, as part of that process, what we're going to do is really tighten up your systems, which is going to increase the valuation of your company. And we'll be able to help you sell this thing in 12 to 24 months for more than you probably thought possible. That's what I'd be saying right there. So and the deliverable is the Profit Jumpstart, which is the same for everybody, because believe me, that's the process she needs, because she's not going to have that stuff in place.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm typing at the same time, so I'm writing down what you're typing, because I will use a script, all the verbiage. So thank you.
Yeah. Okay, the recordings of these are always posted, so just follow. Again, we email that out to you, just FYI. So just watch for that.
I'll transcribe it. Thank you, sir.
Cool beans. But Jeremy, importantly, and this, not just for you, but everybody listening, again, you notice that I adjusted the elevator pitch in that scenario. It's fundamentally the same, but she wants to sell her business in 12 months, right? So to not talk about valuation, tightening up her systems and creating a dynamic where she's going to be able to sell her business for more than she thought possible, right? Like this is the way you want to speak to her. This is what she wants to hear, right? And by the way, that is the same thing. Like, how do you sell a business in 12 months for more than more than she thinks is possible? By tightening up the system so that when she sells it, it looks like a well-oiled machine. Like one of the things, like what do they say? A picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, I'd go to her website and I would go to her marketing material. Hey Pat, do us a favor. Can you just hit the strategy guides, please?
Yep.
So, right, Jeremy, like without meeting her, just hit say dentist, the strategy guide, please. Or no, sorry, the turnkey. I mean the turnkey. Sorry, yep, turnkey. Jeremy, her marketing does not look, just scroll down kind of slowly. Her marketing does not look this tight, correct? There's no chance.
Oh, that's correct. She will be blown away. She's like, I want this right now.
Yeah, but I want you to think about when it comes time to, like, that dental practice that all their marketing was seeing nothing else in the company, including the financials. It probably looks like a really attractive business to buy. Okay. It's the same way. Look, it's been a long time since I've been on a dating website, but I can tell you, if I flipped through a dating website and there was a gorgeous blonde, and then there was somebody who I didn't describe as gorgeous, maybe on the ugly side, which one am I clicking on? It's a 101, right? Okay, you got to make her website look like the hot blonde. And that's what I think, if you look at what Pat's flipping through, that's it. The same way, there's a restaurant for sale. I go to Biz Buy Sell, I hit restaurants and I'm looking at them. One guy spent $1,000 to get professional photos taking of the restaurant with the lights on during dusk, and it looks amazing. And in one of the photos, there's a big line. And then the other guy got his kid to go out the front with his iPhone and clip a few photos. Which restaurant do you think is going to get more clicks? Right. So 101. So how do you sell your business for more than it's worth? That's how you do it. That's, or not more than it's worth, but you know what I mean? Get more than she thinks possible. There's some real 101s there. So this is what you're going to help her do over the next 12 months. Right. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Awesome, Jeremy. No problem. Put you back on mute, buddy. Pat, you agree with that? Anything you'd add, bud?
Oh, I love it. It's funny. You're talking about strategy guys. I'm like, where are they? Like, I haven't visited them for a couple months, but I mean, yeah, this is just brilliant.
There you go. Cool. Oh, and actually, Jeremy also put something here. He just said, so of realtors, when surveyed, people use the same realtor for their next house 13% of the time. Again, you got to think of the craziness of that. So there's no recurring revenue to start with. And then the guy who or gal, the family that you really look after, pour your blood, sweat, and tears into it, get them the right house in the right neighborhood with the park down the street, on the street that they wanted, et cetera. And then they sell their house in, 5 years and move into a bigger, more expensive one. And they use you with 13% likeliness, right? Doesn't sound like a career choice for me. Anywho, all right. Well, folks, coming towards the end anyways. We don't have any more questions. If anybody's got a question, quickly raise your hand or plunk a question in the box. Otherwise, we're going to let Kenya Pat get to bed. It's getting late over there. What time is it over there, Shoots?
Almost 11:30.
Not too bad. Kenya Pat likes us. He's a night owl. We keep him up all hours, guys.
That's right. Hey, predators hunt at night. There we go.
Shoot, Holly. Damn, look at this. Pat's going out to Holly, if you can hear us, get to bed quick. Pretend like you're sleeping. Now, on that note, Pat, I'm getting delirious. We better end this shit. All right. Okay, folks, we appreciate you guys showing up. Kenya, Pat, we always appreciate you and your magic. And for the coaches here and playing full out, that's what we appreciate more than everything. So what day is it today? It's Thursday, folks. So we will see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. All right, Ski?
You guys. Bye-bye.
See you, folks. Bye-bye.